listening to ASOTU CON Sessions by Effectv, live from ASOTU CON 2023.
All right, we are sitting here in another ASOTU CON Sessions podcast sponsored by Effectv. Super great partners there. And I'm sitting here with a literally brand new friend. This is Courtney Roberts-Laws, a product marketing manager with Gubagoo. Gubagoo, right?
Gubagoo.
I always love that. Every time I say that, I make sure that everybody knows I know the little phrase to get it out right. I'm sure as a product marketing manager, you're like, say the name right. Say the name right.
Yeah, because everyone's like, is it Gubagoo? It's Gubagoo.
Gubagoo.
Guba.
Yeah, right.
Guba, like scuba, but Guba.
Guba like scuba. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, so you're just telling me so you have a little one. You don't have to say names or ages or anything like that, but you have a little one who's at the house or at daycare.
Yeah,
they got little videos and those were like hilarious. Is that right?
Hilarious. As I'm here, like wondering like, oh, I wonder if he misses me. I wonder if he's okay. He's like in the video, got his hands up. He's having a ball. He's doing music class, gym class. And I'm like, well, okay. Well, clearly I'm not needed back at home.
That's amazing. I feel like that's natural with so many things. And I wish we could get video recordings of everything that people are doing without us there. Because I'm this person that my nature is like, if I'm not there, things are very wrong, right? Whether it's my kids or company or anything like that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that away from like the normal office or anything?
Yeah, because it's organized chaos when I'm there. So when I'm not there for 4 days, I'm like, well, what's happening? And I call my husband. I'm like, how's it going? And he's like, yeah, we're fine. And I'm like, you're sure? Like, so what did you make to eat? And he's like, yeah, we ate. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me a little bit. So how long have you been in automotive, and then how long with Gubagoo, or has that been your whole time in the automotive world?
Yeah, so I joined Gubagoo in 2019, so just before the pandemic,
Yeah.
right? And I had been in professional media before. I was at Reuters before, and I connected with Drew Delaware, who I'm pretty sure you know. Yeah,
Me and Drew. Actually, the way ASOTU is today is probably because of Drew Delaware. Like, the
love that.
story is Drew Delaware basically connected Paul and I. So yeah,
he's
that's
amazing.
really cool. Yeah.
Just phenomenal dot connector, people connector. And he was just so passionate about the automotive industry. And I'm like, I actually like know nothing about automotive, but I can learn quickly. I'm passionate about storytelling. Would love to join your marketing team. And yeah, so Drew brought me on board, and here I am a few years later.
That's so cool. Okay, so, that's an interesting thing. And when last night we were on stage and John Sacco was talking about the metal recycling industry. I don't know if you were in the session, and someone afterwards was like, so tell me about metal recycling. Like, did they sponsor? Like, why were they here and all this type of stuff? And they said, well, I never really thought about metal recycling before, but now I'm kind of interested because John Sacco was super passionate about it. And you're like, well, if Drew Delaware was super passionate about it,
Yeah.
then I might as well be. Do you see other instances of that, just you being attracted or others being attracted to you because of passion in your experience in automotive?
Absolutely. And I think passion is what really drives this business. A lot of the times, like, you think it's like high tech or AI or it's the product, but not really. It's the passion, the people behind the passion that really connects all the dots, I think.
Oh man, I'm constantly amazed at just the care and the culture at which people have in our industry. I call it like the guy in 109, right? You always, if you ever lived in an apartment, you know who the guy in 109
Yep.
is, right? Like, it's that jerk guy that just never takes out his trash and is always being loud. And then when you meet Steve in 109, Steve becomes a whole other person. And you meet all these people in auto, and you're like, goodness, these are incredible people. Drew Delaware now is like building a retreat center in Hawaii, right? It's unbelievable. Yeah. All right. So speaking of building, Gubagoo is doing some really neat stuff. And since you've come on in 2019, there's been a lot of transformation. I want to lean into one thing because I haven't, honestly, personally, haven't seen a lot of it recently, just because I'm on the industry partner media side at this point. But in our world, we have been talking a lot about people's move back to brick and mortar, right? Where just not just in auto, but in every industry right now, more and more people are just going back to brick and mortar experiences, malls, and they have the desire to shop in person. And in auto, we kind of like got to this place where we're like, everybody's going to go digital retail. Oh, wait. and Gubagoo is really working to kind of solve that in-store experience. Can you talk a little bit about the product evolution there?
Yeah, I think our in-store experience is something that we've focused really, really heavily on from a product perspective. Just making sure that, customers can create a login and then access their data, whether it's vehicles that they viewed. They can go in and highlight vehicles that they want to favorite. And then when they go into the dealership, the dealer can now access their data, can see exactly where they left off, whether they put in PII or value to trade in. And so the process is less antiquated. It's so much easier. It saves people time. And it's just so much more seamless, and dealers are more confident in being able to provide that exact same experience from their tablet or desktop when a customer comes in store. And something that I really love is the offer builder tool. It's digital desking at your fingertips, right? So they can create a comprehensive deal, then go back and create multiple offers when that customer goes home, and then send them those deals via text message or email. And I think back to when I bought a car, I think the dealer just gave me a piece of paper with a number of different payment options on there. I lost that thing as soon as I got home, right?
You say, what I love about that, and if you're not watching this on video, what I love about your reaction, you immediately became a customer. You were no longer an automotive employee for 3 seconds, and your brain just went I still don't know why they handed me a sheet of paper.
It was just I remember a little piece of paper with chicken scratch on it. And then it was okay, your interest rate is this much, then your payments are going to be this much. And maybe they gave me 2 options. And everywhere I went, people were giving me pieces of paper. And I was like, wow, we're still doing this. Okay.
That's really why I love your perspective in that way. The way you just said it, it wasn't customers want. You have a personal experience about that.
Yeah.
Obviously the customer side of that is extremely important, and their experience, how they interact with the technology. But are you seeing the change in the employee experience, and have you been working or seen groups or dealers that have felt the impact on the way employees feel about working in the sales department?
Sorry,
the employee impact of having a technology that allows them to more easily care for a customer. Have you seen the impact or heard the feedback that this actually enables a more efficient process and a better day for them?
For sure. And I mean, you've got different types of dealers, right? So you've got dealers that are really going to work the tool, make sure that their teams are trained on how to use it. And then you've got dealers that may not see the benefit right away because they haven't taken the time to really work with it. And so what's been really important for us is just making sure that dealers know how customizable it is, how much we can suit the tool to their needs. And so the dealers who work it and who use it really see the benefit, I think.
Cool. So there's just recently we ran a story. Essentially, the idea is that in the marketplace, there's kind of this study pinned marketers and consumers, and the way that marketers see the world and the way that consumers see the world is totally different. And you're in the marketing side of the world, so you see the world totally different. Yeah. They're like, oh, marketers always know about these things, and consumers don't even know about them. So, what are your personal, not just company? What are your eyes on? What are you looking forward to that's coming down the pipe that maybe you're just excited about because you're seeing it on the horizon, or you're seeing other companies execute with it? What are those things?
Definitely excited about AI, Chat GPT. So if you know anything about Gubagoo, we started off in chat, conversational commerce, and to see where not just the industry, but where we're going with it. Our engineers are doing some really cool things and are going to be modeling our chat after Chat GPT, which means that you're going to be able to get answers to your questions or get to a desired outcome a lot faster without us having to fully integrate with Chat GPT. Yep. Because I think so many times you hear that buzzword and you're like, okay, we got to jump on this, we got to integrate. But then I can see the pitfalls with that as well, because if Chat GPT goes down, then does your technology go down as well? You know, if someone like types in a chat, like, how many wars were there in 1985, right? Is Chat GPT going to give them that answer, right? And then it's like, it's not really solving for automotive. So I think you do have to be careful with it, but I'm still super excited about AI because of just the many things that we're going to be able to do with it, really.
Yeah, I think it's going to be super fun. It's a lot of experimental right now, but there's going to be rapid advancement over the next year. Well, it's been fun talking to you. We've been from kids to GPT, and to do that in a 10-minute podcast is super fun. So great to meet you finally. And
yeah, I know.
I've
only heard such great things. I'm glad you have coffee, because I'm like, how on earth are they from like 7:30 in the morning just jumping on like 5 different stages? Like, they have not stopped. So yeah, kudos to you.
I love it. It's the most fun I have all year at ASOTU CON. So thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you.